All right. What's up, y'all? We are in the building. My name is Johnny Johnny. This is Live with Johnny Johnny. All right, y'all. A few things that I want to talk about real quick, just to kind of get things out there. I had one female tell me that my intro was too long, and she said she has a short attention span. And so, as my intro was playing, she moved on and strolled past. So just I just want you to understand that you can always use your finger, and I think you can tap twice. You can skip through like 10 seconds at a time. I think the intro is like 30 seconds. Or yeah, you can just slide your finger through, and then it'll skip through. But here's the thing: I do all this myself. I do the engineering, I do the sound. I gotta link up other pages, and for whatever reason, it's like some pages will start right away, like YouTube. YouTube is start right away. Instagram, you gotta set it up, and then after you start your video, you gotta go back to Instagram and you gotta start it up from Instagram page. I can't start it from this page right here, so there's maintenance things I gotta do, and this allows me, or if I want to take a drink of my water or adjust a volume or start a banner, then I use those 30 seconds, even though it's not a lot of time, but it allows me to get things together and make the show look professional, instead of you see me sitting here bumbling or whatever like that. So it just gives me time to do what I need to do. That's all I'm saying. So it's a good thing. Uh, I'm drinking some of this peach crown apple I got for my birthday. And it tastes good. It's almost gone. So what y'all drinking tonight? What y'all sipping tonight? It's a good combination. Makes you feel good inside, especially on these cold days. But all right. So the topic today, because the election is over and everybody is blaming somebody. They pointing fingers. What happened? What didn't we do right? I did um, a show where I talk about the things I think that we could have did differently, or they could have did differently. I keep saying I because we associate ourselves with Democrats, sometimes with black folks, but some things that we could have, they could have did differently. The Biden campaign is what I'm talking about. There are some things I think that they could have did differently, of course, and for one, they didn't talk to the average person, like the person who working black men. I think was looked over a lot because a lot of black men ended up voting for Kamala. And we're gonna talk about that. I think they said 25% of black men who voted for Trump. So that's a lot. I mean, 80% of us voted for Kamala, but 20% for whatever reason just decided that they wasn't gonna vote for a female. And then not only that, it's a lot of guys that probably didn't vote. So you got to take that percentage as well, because everybody don't vote. If everybody voted, we could definitely change some things. But here's the thing, though: we got to all be on the same page. It can't just be like a mass of people going to vote and we voting for two different people. It ain't gonna make no difference. You know what I'm saying? We got to all be on the same page. So that's where I believe that America knows that there's not going to be a revolution. There is not going to be an uprising, because if it was an uprising, there would have been one by now. There are so many negative things that have been done to black folks over the years, and it hurts sometimes for a few days, but then it seems like we move on from those things and we just try to live our lives until the next thing happens, and then we go and do it over and over again. Sometimes getting desensitized to certain, like police brutality. I think we desensitize a lot of that now. These are bad. I'm gonna stop doing it, but I'm stressed out right now. But anyway, I'm just being funny. Um, I have some things on Instagram that I want you guys to take a look at, and it's really crazy. It talks about, because like I said, people right now they're wanting to know what happened and why did Kamala lose the election. And one of the things that they one of the things they I just want to make sure they sound good. One of the things that they're pointing out is the fact that they had Megan the Stallion as one of the performers. And I didn't at first I didn't look at it. I said I was one of the people that was like, okay, she's a black entertainer, she's a woman. We should have a black entertainer as a woman up there. Plus, I didn't think her dance was really provocative like she normally does. However, if you're a fan of hers, no matter if she doesn't do like her whole routine, like you know what she about. You know what I'm saying? And I was for whatever reason I played that song in the club, Wet Ass Pussy. Wet Ass Pussy. I played that song in the club, you know what I'm saying? And I was like just think about like if somebody was like who didn't know Megan Thee Stallion, like somebody who's conservative and they really wanted to make Kamala look bad, all they got to do is be like, oh well, yeah, we got Kid Rock in here, but Kamala got this ex stripper that still talks about being a bottom feeder. Do we want our kids to listen to this? You know, it's a value, it's a point that somebody can make that could just throw everything off and just make Kamala look bad. Not only that, the fact that Diddy got arrested like right before the election, and Diddy hung out. There's pictures of Diddy hanging out with Kamala. Not hanging out, but I mean, you know, they supporting her, supporting the Democrats. Last time, he was a big thing in helping Democrats get out there and vote. So, you know, that was snatched away. A lot of these things were snatched away to where Rock the Vote wasn't a thing. For MTV, they made sure they shut that down. Okay, so there was things that were done behind the scenes. But with this Megan Thee Stallion thing, or I think they had LeBron James say something. They had Cardi B was out here talking. Like Cardi B, like these people got songs out right now that's basically like fuck these bitches, da 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 da, you bitch and this bitch and bitch. Like not songs they had, they got songs out right now, hot in the club right now. So to have these people on stage, and then Beyonce you gotta think about this. Beyonce got the theme song, which is hard. That song is hard. It got Kendrick Lamar in it. Kendrick Lamar is in a beef right now with Drake, calling the pedophiles. And then you got Beyonce, which is somewhat clean, but you got what's going on with Puffy and her rumors being connected to it, and Jay-Z being connected to it, and it's all bad. All this stuff is rolling out, but she has them on stage. These are people that she have on stage to represent her. And I could see what people were saying, because why not have somebody who's educated up there to represent you? Stars, movie stars, teachers, black nurses. Some of these supporters, like on ground level, that was really supporting you, not necessarily getting stars for everything. I think they said like that's offended some people. That turned them off. Like, we don't want people up there twerking to, you know. Another thing they're saying is transgender. Transgender killed the race. Transgender killed the race. And I'm not transphobia or none of that. But let me ask you this. Democrats, why are y'all focused on that? Like, for real. That's what gets me. Kamala, Joe Biden, Obama, y'all have great policies, but y'all engage in some of the craziest things that make people say, I can't. Enough is enough. Like a lot of my stories you see, and that's my stepdad. He'll go on here and he cannot stand the Democrats. And one of the reasons he can't stand Democrats is because of the bathroom issue where guys can go in the girls' bathroom and guys can play in girls' sports. Why? I don't understand why. Okay, it's one thing to support it. Okay, cool. You know, it's what people gonna do. Okay, but y'all making policies and y'all making people uncomfortable. I mean, y'all talk about y'all came out the weird campaign like Trump and them are weird. Okay, cool. But then when you start talking about people, trends is going into women, all that stuff. Like, why focus on that? Why not focus on black people and say, listen, black people, even Latino people, this is what I'm gonna do for y'all. We finna change the narrative. We finna get y'all we y'all supposed to be in life. You know, why not do that? I talked to this lady today and she was telling me, and it made sense. She like, well, she lived in her house since, I think she said something crazy like 2015. She lived in her house on the East Bluff. So she's seen it change. She's seen it go bad, the good, but she lived in a good part of the East Bluff. You know what I'm saying? But I was telling people like every third house is Mexicans, right? So she was one of the house that she was a black household, and she said like these houses that these Mexicans are getting, you never see them have a rent sign or for sale sign on them ever. They'll just be empty, and then boom, a family move in. Have you ever, and you wonder how all these Mexicans are getting houses? Have you ever searched for a house and they can't speak English? That's what I'm running into, people can't speak English. So you have Mexicans who can't speak English, and we are Americans who speak perfectly good English, and it's hard as hell to get a rental. Think about that. That's what I'm saying. It's stuff that we not catching. It's flying over our heads, and we so turned up, kicking it, wanna be the life of the party. We not paying attention, and stuff is happening. It's happening right now as we speak. Stuff is happening. They kicked us out of the East Bluff. A lot of black people. It was a great migration, I will say. They kicked a lot of people out. It was people. I remember the last day that I was in East Bluff packing my stuff up. It was a guy. He was mentally challenged. I don't know, like slow or something. You could tell it's kind of slow or whatever. And he was just, because these people have been in these houses for. I have been in my house for like 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years. So we made homes out of the East Bluff. East Bluff was our home. People was raising kids, so this was a kind of, he was kind of slowed down, and you could just tell in his eyes he was nervous. He didn't know he was gonna go. Matter of fact, they were staying in past the time they told us to leave. It's like, well, we don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay here until they come and basically take our stuff out. But he was packing his stuff up. He was selling stuff, trying to get extra money. But they didn't know what they was gonna do. They was kicking everybody out of the East Bluff. Everybody out of East Bluff. They basically told them, y'all gotta go. They wanted us to leave before Christmas. Why? I have no fucking idea. Like, who is in charge to want to tell all of these black people, y'all got until, well, y'all got before Christmas, we want y'all out of the house. We want y'all gone. And the city came in and said, no, that's too rough. Give them one more month. Give them one more month. They said that's too rough. Give them one more month. So they let us stay until, I think, February. In February, they're going to start putting people out. Cutting them eviction notices. Here's the cruel part about it. And I don't know if it's still on my record or they tried to or whatever they try to do, but they was trying to take rent if you stayed until February, no matter if you because you got to try to get another house. So if a house get another house as a first month deposit and last month in some cases, so we have to try to get another house coming from East Bluff. They know they got thousands of people wanting these houses, so they're gonna try to charge as much money as they can to get these freaking houses rented out. But they wanted their rent, they wanted their money. The rental people that's kicking us out, they wanted their money. So they was charging you whatever you're paying. If you stayed to February, they wanted their February rent. They wanted rent as far as cleaning the house out. They wanted rent for everything. Some of the houses was like on the last, like my neighbor, his house. They basically, I think they should have tore that house down because they had bugs, they had rats, they had roaches, they had everything in that house. Honestly, I thought they should tore that house down. They come in, they fix they put a little paint on these walls, they clean up a little bit, somebody clean up, and they rent these houses right back out. Now, the company that came in, I think they tried to do a little bit. They have seen crews go in there and do stuff, but I mean, basically the same routine. They put some carpet on the floor, they put paint on the walls, they fix up a little bit. It is railing if it's Section 8, and they rent these houses back out full price, and that is insane. I'm on show y'all this Instagram post because I know they're talking a lot, but I got a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna show y'all this Instagram post. I want y'all to check this out. So this is he's talking about. I need to see if I can restart it, but they're talking about this is the thread is they're talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I wonder if I tap this with that cancel it. Okay, there it is. Let me see here. So they're talking about Megan. No, that's not the right one. Okay, this is the one here. I want to say it.
And then right next to the house is the G4, the land basically.
That's not the one.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. And I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggle enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization. And he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done. I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens,
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's several things. I want to take a look at this, dude. There's several things you can point to.
Listen and hear me out real quick. Breaking news. Donald Trump has won the 2024 presidential election and will become the 47th president of the United States. Before y'all get outraged, stop acting like y'all didn't know who was going to win. He's a Gemini, man. Geminis are winners. I am a Gemini as well. I voted. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. If I say I voted for Donald Trump, I'm going to lose supporters. If I say I voted for Kamala, I'm going to lose supporters. My vote is private. It's personal. Who I voted for is who I voted for. But let's stop acting like we don't know who's going to win this year's election, man. Let's stop it. Like, we live in a world right now where a person will stop supporting you over who you voted for when you can vote for whoever you want to vote for.
Yep.
I don't got a problem with whoever y'all voted for. I have no problem or issue with you at all. I'm still going to like you as a human being. God said I'm supposed to love all of y'all motherfuckers. So I'm going to love y'all because God told me to. I don't care who you voted for. But we're going to stop acting like we don't know who was going to win this election. We already knew what was going to happen. He's did it before. He's won the president campaign before. He's been the president before. We knew. We knew what was going to happen, bro. Let's stop it. Get out y'all feelings, bro. Get out y'all feelings, bro. You hear what I'm saying? Get out y'all feelings, man. You feel me? All we can do is control what we can control. We can't control who's going to be the president, or when they do get in there, we can't control what they going to do when they get in there. You feel me? At the end of the day, man, don't lose no sleep over things you cannot control. I ain't losing no sleep over this. Matter of fact, it's like 1:37, and I ain't been to sleep yet. Oh my God. Is it because Trump is the president? I don't know. You know, it could be many reasons of why I'm still up right now.
That's crazy. So this is everybody just talking about what went down. DJ Captain got his thing going on. Make sure y'all check that out. We got Instagram. We're trying to get Instagram
It could
popping.
be many reasons. What I will tell.
Let me see here. So y'all tell me what y'all think. We on 3 different platforms. I was trying to see. I don't know why he's burning that man's foot. That has got to stink. I'm trying to see. I wanted to see if I can find this video here. This guy posts so many videos, but he had a really good one that I was going to show about Megan. But I don't see it. I'm going to go down just a little bit more, and maybe I can find it. But as I look, people were just really turned off by Megan getting up there dancing like that, and then also she tried to have a lot of stars come in, rich people, and people can't relate sometimes to rich people, and they don't know what the average person goes through. And that's like the problem she had. Honestly, I would have regular people up there a lot of the times. I get where she was going with it. Like, you can't always have broke people up there or whatever, because we all know. But just have a mixture. Don't try to just have stars. Get your point across. I don't know if she was taking days off, but I know Trump was making fun of her sometime. Like, where is she at? She's missing in action. I mean, honestly, she should have been out there every single day. She should have been out there every single day campaigning until the time is up. Show us you got the energy. Show us you got the motivation. Show us that. And that would have made your chances better. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, y'all. I mean, I don't know what she could have done to. Honestly, I said this before. This is my takeaway, small takeaway from the election. And a lot of y'all are not going to like this. But my small takeaway from the election is that we are never going to have a black president. Not at least in my lifetime. But it's going to be a while. And there's reasons for that. One of the biggest reasons is Mexicans are probably some of the fastest growing population. Not only just as people, but as wealth. That's a difference. Like, we can grow as people. We can multiply and grow and have many black folks as you want to have. You have all the black folks you want to have. But if we're not growing in wealth, then we're not really making no statement. We just people. We just a lot of people. They growing in wealth. Did you see that guy was talking about, we got to get some of these people out of here. If they're not legal Americans, they got to go because they coming up. They coming up. They vote counted. Mexicans' votes counted a lot in this election because a lot of them, like you might have had like 80% of Mexicans vote for Trump. 80%. They stuck together. Push that man over the top. It's a lot of them. And they do not like, this is the thing about it. They don't like how black people do their thing. So how in the world can you get all the Mexicans behind a black person? Obama didn't have to do it like that. Not like that. It wasn't that many. It was a lot, but it wasn't that many. This is an explosion over the last 3 to 4 years. There's no way you can convince all these Mexicans they'll vote for Mexican before they vote for a black person. There ain't no way. They don't like black people like that. Never have, never will. We'll get along with y'all. We'll live next to y'all. Just keep on your side. We'll keep on our side. We don't fuck with y'all like that. So they definitely have to go to the ballot box and vote for us. So it's over. It's a wrap. You got to get Asians to vote for you. Asians don't like us. A Republican will have to really fuck up to get all these Asian people to be like, because a lot of times what happens with who goes to office don't really affect the Asians like that. There's some populations, it don't matter who in office, we got enough money of our own in our own family community. Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do over there. We got ours. We straight. We got ours. We ain't worried about going to the bank, getting no money. We straight over here. Yeah, we're gonna live in your country, but we're gonna do our own thing inside your country. We're gonna have our own shit inside your country. So, but they're not gonna go out in droves and vote for no black people like that. It's a wrap. It's hard to get white people to vote for black people. I think a lot of them think they made a mistake just even giving Obama a chance. So you would have to convince all these white people, yeah, this black person is going to really be the change that I need in my life. Hear that again. You're going to have to convince white people that this black person is really going to be a change in their life. Not going to happen. In a kid's life. Not going to happen. So let's be real, y'all. And I can't see it happening anytime in the next 30, 40, 50 years. It would really have to be some things that change in order for this to happen. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. And don't let that be a bleak thing, y'all. We just gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep fighting. It happened before. Maybe we can, but we gotta really struggle with this one, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Just keep your head up. Keep doing what you're doing. Try to build wealth. That's the best way. We got a president about business, so we say. Then you got to be about business too. So let's get it, y'all. I'm out.